Good evening, everyone, and welcome to some more Super Metroid Randomizer multi-category tournament week 1. Today we got a good one for you. Our randomizer that randomized our matchups for week 1, Swiss, put ptoil versus crossproduct, two very good players. So this should be a really good one. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Ace Zero. How are you doing, Ace?
I'm doing great, Tracy. Thanks for asking. Looking forward to this great race, absolutely, that we're about to see tonight.
Yeah, and all honesty, crossproduct was our teammate and will hopefully be our future teammate in the next league. So me and Ace calling a race for crossproduct with ptoil, also a friend. So, we have no rooting interest here. Oh my god, it's the Starship Enterprise. Leave it to crossproduct to do something goofy. And 4 items in criteria. So you want to talk a little bit about these settings for week 1?
Yeah, sure. So for anyone that's not aware, throughout the tournament, we're going to have different settings every week. For the first week, it is full countdown, meaning that items are randomized all over the place. There's no major minor split. And the counter you have in the top left of the screen says how many major items are in that area. That would be any unique item. It does not, for this mode, include E-tanks or reserve tanks. And then there's area rando on this one as well. Full area, so any of the specific entrances that connect sections of the map can be shuffled with any other section. And there is no boss shuffle for this week, so that'll be standard at least.
And there's that morph ball. It's kind of funny because I kind of like boss shuffle in area modes because you can do the lower Norfair hell runs, which are never in logic, but you can do them from the back. And then if your boss isn't Ridley, it's a huge difference in having to do a hell run into Ridley. But not going to happen this week. If we're doing LN hell runs, we're doing Ridley.
Yeah, if it were boss shuffle, there's other interesting implications for unlocking wreck ship and maybe getting to Dragon a different way. But yeah, that'll all be vanilla in this case.
Okay, so 3 more items of criteria. Of course, we have the morph ball.
Yep, got morph ball and power bombs. That's really nice. Some of these settings tend to be a little bit stingy with power bombs or super missiles, so it's nice that both our runners have the power bombs early.
Yeah, if you like stingy on super missiles, I'm not going to spoil anything, and I don't think the race is even over yet, but there was quite the chain to get to super missiles on SG5 earlier today, so check out that VOD. Okay, I do like the early Billy Mays check here. We do get power bombs, so if the runners want to do the check of the connector at the other end of this, they have 15 power bombs to do it with. Power bombs and power bombs. That could be all the ones. It's all the power bombs you usually need, unless you start dealing with massive hell runs, and of course, hell run crystal flash is never in logic. But, depending on where the items are, we might not have to pick up another power.
That blue Brinstar to the left of more pedestal, that doorway is our first entrance that you were talking about, Tracy. It's a little risky with no E-tanks, though, especially with cross-product not being able to take any hits from the big side hoppers right now. I honestly, if I was in Cross's position, I would probably just skip it and say I'm not going to farm health for this check. I'll just have to route it in later. ptoil can afford 1 hit, so it's a lot safer, but still not free.
Yeah, I'd go for the item, and I think if it were an E-tank, I might check it. And if ptoil says, you know what, not an E-tank, just missiles, so I'm just going to skip it. I think that's a good call.
Yeah, I think so too. It's one of those things where there's a decent chance you're going to find that connector later. You're gonna come through that door from the other side, wherever it leads to. But it could, if it's the right spot, save you a ton of time getting it early. Like, say if that's Turian or Croc, and Croc has a major item that you want, something like that could be really big early.
Yeah, crate early is another good one. Mm-hmm. So far, lots and lots of missiles too. Crossproduct is going to go for it. If you manage not to take a hit here, he does have the extra power bombs, so you might as well just use them. You hope this is not heated, is the biggest thing. Up for Norfair.
Interesting. Not going down.
I would go down. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. There's not much you can do, but you could at least go to high jump boots and maybe scout out.
Yeah, that's 3 items. That's 3 items fast that you can grab, and then the Croc escape item you could scout really quickly as well.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that he didn't just at least do some more of that. But
not only that, but another entrance. The other entrance too. You could pop through the door.
Not without supers.
Oh right, duh. Okay, my bad.
But you might get supers in those high jump boots area, and that would give that that would allow you to open up and go there. Looks like we got more missiles at 230 missiles.
Or power bombs, yeah.
Oh, more.
P12,
no.
P12.
Yeah, it was missiles because he had 15, 50, and now he's got 20, 15, and yeah. Oh no, it was an old Mother Brain. So maybe
the missiles are old Mother Brain. He skipped the power bombs at 230.
Oh, hello, SpeedRun. That's a nice item to have.
Honestly, I'd probably pick up those power bombs. Without suits and E-tanks, you might end up doing Crystal Flash. And you don't have to worry about farming. Sometimes it's tricky to find spots to farm in this because you're not going to find the vanilla connections you're used to.
I think we're going to get a Gauntlet check from ptoil with all these power bombs, and you really can't make use of speed booster for it, but just with only 99 energy for the Shine Spark. But 15 power bombs is pretty cozy for this. Looks like he charged a spark, preparing to go up to the power bombs that are up here.
Mm-hmm. Does this make it all the way up? Okay, it does.
Apparently, just barely.
I was not sure. I know you can get it from like that platform that's almost up there. Just do a short charge on that ledge. But this is a good call, I think, checking this, even though the acid's a little dangerous, obviously.
Yeah, I like he's going slow. Grabs the reserve tank. Yeah, I think this early. Reserve tanks are part of the logic, so when we talk about hell runs and how many tanks it takes to put them in logic, we're talking about regular E-tanks and reserve tanks. So the reserve tanks do matter, at least to that extent. I mean, if you had more energy tanks, then you could just do the what's my favorite spark of the game, the one that takes you all the way through Gauntlet to the item there. But 99 health is not going to do it. I think you need something like 200.
Yeah, it's not the quickest without wave too, since you can't set up a wraparound shot on the door or anything like that.
You'd have to pre-open the door, and then so you don't save any time, and you use up a lot of energy. Crossproduct, not quite sure. Crossproduct, not quite sure where that entrance is to the Starship Enterprise. I don't know when Samus joined Starfleet, but apparently we missed that.
Cross doing what I was thinking. Giant spark from up on the platform. He probably knows he has enough health, but just wants to save a little extra. I didn't know it was possible from the lower part of the landing site. Still no supers, though, or any other useful majors.
Yeah, looks like Crossproduct doesn't want that reserve tank. It is not going to lose any time from this death, because he's just going to go back to the ship and ptoil, only with 4 health. He does have a reserve. It should be full, because I believe he filled it up after he picked it up.
Kind of out of the woods. Honestly, it's safer just to jump over that bug, in my opinion. Waiting for the acid just makes more time for you to make a mistake, or the bug hits you. Oh wow! Okay, here's some really good majors. Not movement, but not having to worry about ammo so much immediately is really nice in one of these.
Screw attack early is a really, really nice thing. There's a point of diminishing returns with screw attack, especially if you're planning on doing an ice zep skip. But if you can get it this early, you're good to go for a lot of things. It makes hell runs easier if you have to do them. It makes lower Norfair easier if you have to, when you have to do that. Just so many good things.
Yeah, it saves a lot of energy and ammo. You see ptoil still using missiles on those B-toms. Could have just used the screw attack.
Yeah.
Maybe forgetting that he just picked it up already.
And also, charge beam.
Interesting.
with
Croc
charge
like
beam.
skipping that missile pack already.
Yeah,
without knowing the charge.
He was he was talking. You and I were talking about this. He does not like to take those extra ammo packs, especially when it's regular missiles. 15 is a pretty decent amount. I might have grabbed that one to get to 20, but crossproduct says nope, I don't need it.
With
but
no
yeah,
supers.
Yeah, I know. I
For all he
agree.
knows, he could have a crate fight or croc fight coming up with no charge or supers, and he would probably want a few extra.
But he's gonna get screw attack and charge beam right here. Don't For a moment there, I thought he was gonna fall through before getting the items, but nope, he's fine.
All right, so ptoil just checked this left side that normally goes down to Green Bryn. Found the back of Rex's ship from the Forgotten Highway side. I did not see what was on the other side of that.
Yeah, I missed that too. Yeah, can't do Rex's ship from the back. But right now, we don't have the items for it.
Whatever it was must not have been interesting, because he's going back up to the landing site. And there's no more majors here in Criteria, so checking like the mode item or going back down to Criteria supers aren't particularly valuable. No E-tanks to get Criteria supers either.
Yeah, you could scout it, but yeah, you're gonna die when you get up there and hit the spikes. Okay, upper Norfair.
Okay, that's what it was. It was the chronic boost room.
Yep.
A little surprised ptoil's going down here instead of across the moat to get those.
He can't.
Areas.
He can't. He's got no supers.
Hey, I'm gonna remember that eventually.
Yeah, the supers will get you every time.
All right. Well, then, in retrospect, it would have been great for cross-product had he just gone through to get what's probably the supers or something that leads to them earlier. Might have put him away from screw attack or speed for a little bit longer, but having to come back this shortly after is not bad.
At least it's a lot safer.
Yeah, actually getting that screw attack, and then you could do the speedball the way ptoil did. Not have to worry about those side hoppers at all.
So no E-tanks, there's no health. I mean, we just have the reserve tank. So no hell runs in logic. The minimum is 2 for ice beam and 2 for, with speed, 2 would put actual speed location in logic. Hopefully we have something at high jump area, even just an E-tank. There we go, there's an E-tank. Okay, now those things are in logic with that reserve tank. So crossproduct may not be feeling so good about skipping that reserve tank. More power bombs, because we need more of those. And another reserve tank. Right. Oh my god.
Well, I guess he'll get the required energy containers for his hell runs anyway.
Yep.
If he picks up the reserve there, he'll still have 2 tanks.
And ptoil says, no, I just don't want more than 15 power bombs. Doesn't go pick up the other ones.
I didn't know that was a shot block.
Which one?
The one ptoil used to exit.
Yeah, I don't know if that is a shot block in
It's not in vanilla. It's not in vanilla.
I don't think it is
on the top, the exit is changed for this randomizer. It's one of the tweaks. But I didn't know the bottom one as well. The high jump boots is really nice. Too bad these guys can't quite make it there yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Not reasonably.
Yeah, I mean, there is a short charge you can do, but I don't think there's enough health to get to where you even could do that short charge. It's super, super tight. There's our super missile.
With the speed booster, that's definitely something they're both going to want sooner rather than later.
Now, it'll be interesting to see if either one of them goes and checks the speed. I mean, and really, they have enough health if they want to do like the wave beam hell. The wave beam hell run in say RBO, does a minimum of 2+1, so they have 1+2. At least ptoil has 1+2. But I mean, that's a really awful hell run right now. So
yeah, I think. So with supers, looks like ptoil is going back to check the other entrance, the top business center.
I think that's a good idea. Call. I think that's the right call.
I would probably saved and tried to go down to the Croc entrance first, just to scout it out with no intention of like getting in there and back out necessarily, because that's a little bit closer. But I think this is definitely a good play. Yeah, and he's got the health to check Ice Beam and Crumble Tower on the way.
Yeah,
as well.
and what's interesting is it didn't actually end up hurting crossproduct at all that he didn't come here the first time, because he wouldn't have been able to get these supers the first time.
That's a good point, actually, yeah.
I see the Ice Beam. Oh, there's another super in logic. Awful spot. Actually, that's a worse spot.
Yeah, ptoil's gonna have to be careful. Yeah, he should have plenty to get out. Just checking, Crumble Tower might be rough.
Yeah, I don't think you can do both at this point. I mean, you could maybe
if he
check
farms
it really
up a little
quick.
bit from the enemies on the way, maybe, but he's
those enemies,
exit, no good drops. He's gonna maybe not make it out of here, actually.
Yeah, and those enemies really like to drop power bombs there. Yeah, he's not making. I'm pretty certain he saved. Like, I don't think you do that check without saving.
Okay, he saved on the way into Bubble Mountain, so he does have to pick up his supers again, but that's all he lost. It's just that one, the Bubble Mountain supers.
Right, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad of a time loss. A little unfortunate. Does set him behind just a tiny bit.
Yeah, this is gonna be really tight for cross product, but it is in logic 2 tanks with speed. Okay, let's see what we got. Really, you want an E-tank here at this point. And another super! All these supers in such bad spots.
Yeah. I mean, the nice thing, I guess... I mean, they have charge, so if they have issues and lose the supers, it's not a big deal. ptoil does not have to go back, and I would imagine won't go back to that Ice Beam location.
I mean,
Cross is probably going to make it here. Yeah, he's fine. Okay. Pause just for safety, but he's got plenty of time.
Yeah,
Unless
I mean,
Cross takes a death, like on the way to wave, he's not.
I wonder if even. I don't think you do wave here. That's. I mean, you got a Crystal Flash now, so I suppose you could do it that way, but that's so tight at this point. And you've got other things you can do. Those supers open up a lot of things. They open up the other entrance at the top of the elevator, and they open up everything to the right. If you go back to Criteria. So he's okay. He's gonna at least check one item here. This is pretty okay. Maybe not. He wants to check that one item, but yeah, at this point with this item loadout, you'd have to do a deboost. Now you can easily get the first item, the other 2 items in the reserve area. I'm not sure you can get to, and I wouldn't try if it were me.
Yeah, I'd maybe go for the other entrance. I don't know. I'd probably leave all this personally, but I think it's reasonable to check it.
Yeah. Because the problem is you've got 3 items in Upper Norfair, and there's a good chance you're just going to be back here. And I think he's going to turn off Screw Attack to make this deboost a little bit easier. There you go. And it's just a missile, so... he is going to try and get more. Yeah, he's going to try and make it back. I don't know if this save he has...
If he needs to get out.
He can. I would also turn Screw Attack back on. There you go.
In the meantime, ptoil going to be leaving, or at least checking this entrance. It's probably going to be somewhere like Brinstar that's going to be really helpful.
And more supers.
It's not.
Or it's Norfair, yeah.
That's not happening right now.
And as always seems to happen when I try and commentate these races, I did not catch the number of items in Lower Norfair. I don't know if chat caught that at all.
You know what? From ptoil's perspective, there, I would have just went back to Criteria.
Yeah, same.
He kind of hesitated. I think he was thinking about it. I think that's the smart play. That's again 2 more entrances plus the mode item, which could be an E-tank or supers or something useful. Even a little bit useful. Or I guess going back down to the Croc entrance.
Yeah, Croc looks like he wants to know what's at the Croc entrance. I know Croc really likes his high jump boots. So if this could give him something that would get him those high jump boots, he'd be really excited. This is plenty of health to get to the refill, but you don't have the reserve tank anymore.
Yeah, I know. Croc just missed it. Popped the reserve tank at the last second.
Yeah. That's the problem with those reserve tanks, is they're just so much harder to refill.
And ptoil is going back to Bow Mountain. It's kind of a lot of back and forth from both of our runners. There's not a lot of ways around it, I don't think, without being either super aggressive or super conservative about doing these hell runs. Oh, okay. So cross-product found.
Yeah, this is kind of nice because
took a corkscrew room from Croc. That's good.
Yeah, this is kind of nice because from here, now he gets here much faster than if he had gone back the way he came, the way we were talking about ptoil. Gonna run right into those
was
missiles.
already at the top of business center, so it would have been a little bit.
Also, if we're gonna use corkscrew room, we have to give credit to crossproduct, because when we were practicing area rando for week 7 last year, he coined that term. So that is, for me, it's forever the corkscrew room. So.
Yeah, I don't have anything else that I know what to call it, so...
I know, right?
Why not?
And we find 2 items in Red Brinstar. Red Brinstar has been awfully stingy in these seeds, but we get 2 items here.
Well, there's not that many locations.
Oh no! Cross-product!
Okay, well, that takes him back to business center.
Yeah, this is fine. I mean, he'll have to do the gate glitch again, but, he knows how to go.
Yeah, he's going to go back down to the Croc entrance and across to check those Red Brinstar items. 2 items isn't that very many, but there's not that many checks there.
No,
for items,
there really aren't.
That's kind of.
And 3 of them. And 3 of them are just right there. And you just hope the X-ray isn't your second major. Because really, I guess there are 5, because there's the 3 up in Red Tower at the top, and then there's
Spazer and X-ray.
And Spazer. Okay, now Cross says no. I'm not. I'm just gonna go back the other way.
He doesn't know the other entrance. And for all he knows, there's a good chance that it's another Brinstar. We still have 3 for Green Brin. We have another 5 for Red Tower that this could put him in. Just having the knowledge is useful. After taking that death, I can see this, but it's unfortunately not going to work out for him.
Oh, he wants to do that. Oh, okay, he can do the Ice Beam.
That's reasonable.
Let's see if he goes Ice Beam first or Crumble Tower first. Looks like he wants to go Crumble Tower first. This is one of my least favorite locations in this game. It's just god-awful. He's going to be careful going in. Just a missile.
Yeah, I didn't see what it was when ptoil checked it, but I know he left right away and didn't seem concerned about it.
Yeah. But now, Cross does not have enough health to also... If he got a super, he gets Crystal Flash, but I don't know where he's getting a super. Oh, wait, never mind. There's a super right there. That's crazy.
Yeah. He uses it on the door coming in.
No, go get the super.
I think he's just trying to get to the item to see what it is, knowing he's not going back.
Yeah, that could be.
Loss of a Crystal
Although
Flash.
He's gonna get a super here, but I don't think he's gonna.
Bomb.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not even gonna get
there. No high jump got him. That jump would have worked if he had high jump boots. He would have landed the power bomb in the right spot. It would have went perfect. I know how that goes.
Okay, ptoil getting his items over in Upper Norfair.
Yeah, these are rough hell runs.
So Wave Beam and/or Cathedral has our majors. Actually, is that... We haven't seen any majors. Wave Beam and Cathedral.
The high jump.
Right. Okay. So two left.
Yeah.
2 left in those 3 locations.
Yes.
Okay, does he? Well, he's not. He's good. He should be able to see the item, but he's gonna die and not get the super pack, and probably will never. Yeah, he just resets. There's no point in waiting just waiting to die.
So ptoil, is he? I'm not. I think he's going back up.
Yeah, I think so.
He hasn't. Did he have the information of the Croc door? He does not.
He does not.
That's interesting that he is skipping out on that right now. That's considering he just did the speed booster hell run and checked Norfair reserve. Yeah. The fact that he's not doing a slightly easier one there is a little bit odd, but this is a known for him. He knows
it is. It is one of the hardest gate glitches. I mean, it's not a hard gate glitch, but anytime your timer is going, essentially, anytime you have a timer going when you're trying to gate glitch, it just makes it harder. And maybe he just doesn't want to deal with that right now. That's the other thing I can think of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crossproduct says nope. And we'll see if he... From here, it might not be that much slower for him to just go back this way instead of going to the place, going all the way over, gate glitching. Yeah, so I'm not really surprised he's going to go this way now, but he knows exactly where to go, whereas ptoil is probably going to check the easy entrance first, so the corkscrew one, instead of going straight to the one that goes across.
Just kidding. There's no more majors. Never mind. I was going to ask if ptoil was considering maybe doing the shaft supers here, but
yeah,
it's cleared out, so he won't be doing that.
I mean, it could be an E-tank, which would be nice. Could be an extra super, which would be nice. But, at this point, not worth the time. And to do the Shine Spark, you're going to be dipping into your reserve to be able to survive. Because not only do you have to survive the health use of the Shine Spark, you have to get past at least one spike hit. And Ace, this is what I've been talking about. Except that Crossproduct
doesn't have enough energy.
I do like it when you get to do this Shine Spark.
ptoil going across first.
No, never mind. It's gonna go across first. Little surprised.
All right, and he's got a little more health, so he shouldn't have any unfortunate deaths at the top of Red Tower here. We'll hopefully get major items soon.
Shouldn't have had an unfortunate death at the top of Red Tower with screw attack, but things happen.
Yeah, I'll continue to blame the lack of high jump with Speed Booster changing how his jump functioned. Maybe he landed a little earlier than expected.
Wonder if Crossproduct will try to avoid the missile this time. Yep. Flying right over the missile pack. Oh my god. So it's X-ray and Spazer have our items. Now the X-ray item, not in logic yet. We need either the obvious things like grapple beam or space jump. The other things that would put in logic without a suit, without Varia suit in particular, they'd have the E-tanks for it, but they would need something like bombs or ice beam or speed plus high jump, which we know where part of that is. And we have the other part. Spring ball will also do it. If they get Varia suit, then 2 tanks would make it in logic, but yeah, we're not going to do that right now, I don't think.
No, I can't imagine, using all your energy on the D-boost there and then having to wait for the waiver on the way back. It's just not worth.
It's a very...
Here.
I mean...
There's so much more to check that's also convenient.
Yeah.
If you're going to do something out of logic, I like the idea of checking the tube, breaking the tube and getting that jump through it.
Yep, I agree. Okay, what phase you're going to have?
You can find something good there.
Wave beam, that's nice.
Okay.
In this seed, it doesn't open anything. That other seed, yeah, the first time I've ever seen wave beam logically do anything in a SM only. Or with any kind, I shouldn't say in an SM only, with this kind of logic.
So ptoil is going up. We'll see if he is going for that X-ray. He's probably just going to check what this other entrance is, where this leads.
Is he gonna? No, not with 36 health, you're not.
Because there is one more connector.
Yep.
We haven't seen green Brin. This could very well be vanilla.
Wreck ship. Okay, yeah.
This is the good side of wreck ship. We saw the other side already, so this is actually great because he knows that he doesn't have to go all the way through it. Gets a major item and a boss with 2 E-tanks
and
now.
E-tank.
He's definitely capable of a nice, comfy Phantoon fight. That's really good.
And you know what we've got for free in this seed? We've got X Factors.
Oh, yeah.
Only nice. Charge and wave. We don't have to menu. If they want to do, there are lots of power bombs. So if the runners want to use X Factors on Phantoon, this is the time to do it. You don't see that a lot in Randomizer because typically, even if you have the right equipment for it, typically you don't have just wave, so you'd have to menu to turn stuff off, and as soon as you have to start messing with menus, a lot of runners don't like to do that. But here, we just straight up have charge wave, we have power bomb, so if the runners want to do some X factors, it's a real good time to do it. And one major and Rex shipped, and there it is. And
Oh wow, that's perfect.
Rip X factors.
Well, you're not going to want to pick it up after.
No, you pick it. If you skip it, you're skipping it forever.
Yeah, and no charge, you could, with charge, you want it probably more to get extra damage on bosses.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get too much ammo. But it's nice though that it's up front. This is a lot of items to clear. A long wreck ship clear just for one major.
And there's that 2 break that you were talking about, crossproduct doing it. Only took him to another part of Meridia, so not very useful. Can't get up that way, especially without any kind of suits or anything. So we have...
Which Meridia was it? I missed that.
It was the map room.
Okay. So... you could see the siege requiring a fall from the top entrance all the way down to Main Street, potentially, to get somewhere, but...
yeah, I
more
think
likely we just have E-tanks that are in logic to start doing things.
Yeah, or Varia showing up. But yeah,
like
that map
whatever's
room...
a wave.
Like, you can't get... I don't think even high jump allows you to get up that map room. Maybe if you... Like, we saw people last year in League trying to get up that one with, like, Ice Beam and Spring Ball and stuff, and it really didn't work very well, so... You're probably not going back there until you have gravity, if ever, because honestly, that part of Meridia has so many connectors, you're probably going to end up there from a different spot eventually anyway.
A nice quick Phantoon from ptoil. I would think he's going to check these miners. Yeah, and he
would
is.
check
I think
a few of
that's
these.
Play.
You want, the E-tanks have been so sparse, and there's stuff in Norfair.
Right. Not only is there stuff in Norfair, but what else is there but the stuff in Norfair?
Yeah.
I think ptoil is aware that there's an entrance blocked behind Hellrun that he hasn't seen yet. Since he didn't go down the corkscrew room, he doesn't know that connector to Croc. He knows there's the other entrance that neither of our runners checked, that is normally the LN exit, the single chamber door.
Yep.
And he wants E-tanks for those. And then, of course, there's wave items and Cathedral that you want E-tanks for as well. So
yeah. At least we have a solid crystal flash from both runners now. And crossproduct showing us that in area randomizer, we do have an active save station here. In area randomizer and in boss order, that save station will always be active.
Yeah, I do like the play to check the quick items and to leave like ptoil's doing right now. Now he's up to 4 energy tanks. That's enough to grab Cathedral item if needed and keep going. Mm-hmm. That's, especially with the Crystal Flash, that's plenty to get in and out of wave even without the high jump boots. Making it a little bit awkward, so... he probably wanted another E-tank, but this is certainly fine. I imagine crossproduct will do the same thing. He might skip one of the miners, or both of them here. What else we can...
I mean, I would at least check the miners. Now, you could make the argument with Speed Booster, you could do, like, skip their E-tank location for sure. But with Speed Booster, it wouldn't be that bad to go and do, like, the attic item and then the 2 outdoor items. But bowling, yeah, I just don't think you bother.
Yeah, I suppose scouting the mid-ocean missiles from below would have been maybe a nice play. That would need tank, then maybe give a little bit more worth to going up to the top.
Absolutely.
But it's such a hard call, like especially in this full rando where you're going to be checking a bunch of items and areas, and you know you're going to just stumble across E-tanks and missiles and supers looking for a suit somewhere. So it feels a little bit bad to go so far out of your way, except when you have to do it.
Yep. So ptoil is going to find this connector back over to the Croc area in Upper Norfair.
Yeah,
and we'll see what he does.
He's got to take it over to wave immediately.
Yeah, I think so.
He's got another choice.
I mean, Wave V Meridia has to have a major item. There's 2 major items left. One we saw at Croc Escape, and we have 3 locations left: 2 at Wave and 1 at the Cathedral. And so Wave could be just both.
He's going to try and use high jump.
Okay. Okay, good luck. I mean, this is a tight short charge. I would feel very confident in ptoil pulling this off if it wasn't a heated run.
Yeah, if he had a Varia suit or even just a few more E-tanks.
Yeah, a few more E-tanks would also make a big difference. And right now, high jump doesn't really open a whole lot anyway, so...
The funny thing is it just makes the wave hell run easier. Which that probably makes this easier. Because it's probably, spring ball.
Something, yeah, it's probably something to put this in logic.
Very nice. You just gotta not...
He's got the save. Oh, he got it. Nicely done.
Very nice.
Now he has to farm again. Yeah, please save.
Well, maybe he'll save at Bubble Mountain instead of here.
Yeah, that'd be fair.
That's probably fine as well.
I mean, I don't even count this. I don't even count this as a hell run. You're in one room for like what, 5 seconds? Not even that.
Well,
or he can farm.
Yeah,
if you're farming, yeah.
Which this is the right play to farm here because he's already checked speed booster. There's no reason to farm that.
Yep, wave is the only thing left.
Needs to farm to get to wave for sure. Cross thinking for a minute here at Red Tower and decide what he wants to do. Or maybe which direction to go to get to Upper Norfair the fastest, since that's really the only option. I'm curious where this connector is going to lead. I guess if we find like Varia suit, there could be some branches down through the lava dive. That becomes illogical. If we find a gravity suit, that puts some of the West Meridia things in logic, makes that available.
So the high jump is not logical yet, but it does allow us to get into Lower Norfair if we want to. Now, once we have Varia.
Right, yeah. So if we get, like, say, Varia and Morph Bombs, for instance, as the last 2 Upper Norfair items, that would be pretty inviting for that lava dive.
Yeah, I think crossproduct is just going to go to this connector here at the Croc location. And it's various. You know, the funny thing is about that location is you could totally get to that Varia suit with what they had earlier.
Oh, yeah.
But
I said I'd go scout it out and see. I said it.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so last item is in Cathedral, but now they have Varia suit, it's fine. And it looks like crossproduct wants to take a save before he does whatever it is he's going to do next.
Yeah, probably for the refill. Well, I guess if he's going through that Croc entrance, he could just take the Nutella refill.
Yeah, I'm not sure this was necessary.
He's going...
Ross, where are you going?
He's going somewhere. I guess we'll see.
And ptoil wants to see what's on the other end of this first. Oh, he just wants to go back towards... Yeah, he wants to go... I think this is the slower way to do this. Maybe he's forgotten that Croc entrance?
The problem with this, though, is he's seen the other Upper Norfair entrance. The Chronic Boost Room. It's also faster than this one.
Yeah.
And closer to where he needs to be in Norfair.
Yep.
Although that one's a trickier hell run to come up that way, especially without high jump, can be really awkward. But
there's a spring ball
there's a major grade. So Meridia is looking a little better. Just a little bit.
Let's see. The spring ball plus Varia suit would put, I do believe, would put the high jump boots in logic, which that's kind of a crappy way to have to get it. But yeah, Crate is a really nice find here, and then ptoil will be able to backtrack through the Cathedral area and get that last major item, whatever it may be. Oh yeah, Zeb, you're right. You can't spring ball jump that without high. I mean, you can, I once saw a real cutie in an SMZ3 work really hard to springball jump with a D boost to get up there and eventually succeeded. But no, you're right, it's not in logic.
Ptoil still looking for E-tanks, probably. I would imagine it's the only thing he's concerned about checking there behind Kraid, or just muscle memorying.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, how many times in our co-op races did I go into the, or you or I go into that location, even though the other one has said there's nothing there, and we pick up like 10 arrows for Link to the Past or something. Okay, crossproduct's probably gonna do. Oh, he's gonna do Cathedral first. This is really unfortunate. Because whatever this is, it's not gonna be Varia.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the ammo to Crystal Flash and get out and lock it in, and it is a major, which is nice. So I guess he won't have to check Wave Beam, because he'll get the major at the Wave Gate. And that's the Morph Bomb, so that's what unlocks the high jump. He's not picking them up.
No, I think he's just not going to worry about them right now. He knows, knowing that they're there.
He's sad when he gets Varia, though.
Yeah. ptoil will be able to pick up those bombs. And when crossproduct finds the other connector to Kraid, he might just decide to pick these up on the way back, or he might just decide for him, assuming he can do the short charge, and crossproduct's pretty good at some of those strats. You won't have that timer counting down to try and do that spark across to get the high jump boots.
Right. It's looking like the lava dive's the only option here, isn't it?
It is. It's in logic now.
Because that was the Kraid entrance was the last one we were looking at. That was unknown until just recently.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, at least it's a comfy 2-tank high jump lava dive. Right? I mean, that's what you get in a lot of
these settings,
some friendly like GT Classic runs will do with that equipment. Obviously you can do with a lot less, but that's like a comfy, fairly standard level of equipment to do it with. So.
But yeah, GT code not going to work for you if you try and use it.
The lava dive is the fun part, anyway.
It is actually my favorite strat in Randomizer is doing the high jump lava dive. So. Love to see a good lava dive. Cross, go check the connector. Maybe he wants to take a save first, which would be fine.
Or just get his high jump boots first.
That'd be fair too.
But I don't know. I guess
he's going to get the bombs. He's going to go get the. No, he's okay. He's going to go get the high jump boots.
He knows that with what connectors are, that one's really likely to be something like Brinstar. Like Green Brin still has 3.
Right.
And if he goes through all of Brinstar, all of Green Brin, checks all his connectors, without high jump boots, gonna feel really bad. You'd be better off just to get the high jump now. I think that's his logic here. I think that's reasonable. It's unfortunate for him though that it's a short dead end that he could just go in and out real quick, not really lose much time with his movement there.
Okay, crossproduct gonna try and do this short charge. What would you say? It's like a stutter 2? Stutter 3?
I'm not sure. I've done it.
I can't do it.
With a stutter 3 on the practice hack and never without the magic pants from the practice hack. So it's not one that's in my skill set.
No, same. Chat saying a stutter 3.
Rules and practice hack cheats.
Yeah, me, I would be forced to go get those bombs and do the bomb jumps to get those high jump boots.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Let's go.
The bombs do feel really out of the way, but at the same time, they're gonna save you a second here or there. Not waiting on power bombs to blow up and extra lag in some places. So maybe it's fine to just get them and not have to worry about the short charge, even if you get it as quickly as Cross.
So crossproduct is leaving. That is really bad for him because he is not gonna. He's gonna last.
He's gonna do lava dive.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a good play, but he's leaving that entrance
Kraid is gonna be.
Yeah, Kraid is it's gonna be a long time before he gets back to that Kraid fight.
The nice thing about that is that hopefully at least the spring ball isn't necessary, and there's good connectors to get here from criteria. Maybe he's not doing lava dive.
Maybe you just remember the other location. He's thinking.
He might be concerned about his health with 1 E tank missing. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Seems a little bit.
Oh, and with Varia, high jump, and speed, ptoil can get the X-ray item.
Yeah. That's also a good point. Maybe that's where Cross is going too. That's not right. I don't know. But yeah, no, ptoil getting this item, especially if you know it's the item. Like, I think that's a really good play before the.
Yeah, I like this choice. Just he just needs to be a little careful here. The spikes. I mean, it's only 15 damage compared to the 60 without Varia, but you don't want to take too many of those.
Yeah, he's trying to do that extra wall jump that you don't really need to do, and I think it was just making things worse for him.
Yeah, you want to run from that little ledge, and then you can do a quick wall jump there.
See,
it's really not too bad.
I just learned last week you could do that from the ledge. I always just run on the spikes on the bottom.
Oh, really?
Get a little bit of speed and make the jump, and it's also pretty easy.
Vanilla X-ray. Okay, game. Thanks, game.
It's not helpful right now, but
No,
I guess if we get a plasma or
if plasma shows up, we got a really nice microwave.
Instead of finding the gravity suit to get out of the
it looks like he's gonna keep this, but if he doesn't make it out for whatever reason, I think you just take the death.
Reserve, so I think he's fine.
Yeah, I think he's got me Varia suit, Okay, I think crossproduct can do the same thing. Probably going to also be disappointed that this is just X-ray.
I'm going to keep saying it until somebody does it, but now we've got to do a lava dive.
I don't think there's anything else left.
I mean, there is. He could get from the. So crossproduct is doing what I was going to say ptoil could do. No. Just kidding. That's not the right entrance. One of these leads to... Oh, that's the one in the criteria, I think. The top of West Meridia. And you could go from there.
Right here.
The one Cross is in right now, yeah. So this could take him down to Main Street if he really wanted to. Which looks like that's where he's going. Interesting to be checking this after skipping the... the Bubble Mountain entrance.
Now...
There is a major here, too. I did not take note of that number earlier. That's nice.
Yeah, we do have one we can get. We can get this one right here, because we have Spring Ball to jump up there pretty easily. Just a missile, though.
Can we get,
we should, Mama Turtle.
Mama Turtle's available.
Mama Turtle items are available with this
them,
item set. You're right. Yeah, if
Spring
you're gonna
Ball
do that, you want to.
He's thinking about it.
Yeah, no, cross product. If he's gonna
I think he's sailing on it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's worth to do Spring Ball jump to go around to the other down door, hop across, and ptoil's
well, with high jump boots, you can just do a Spring Ball jump off the turtle itself.
Right. I just mean getting to the room entirely is it's a little.
Yeah, that's not what you want to find. But he can go through the macro and get back. I mean, eventually you want to find
what he wants to find. I think it's okay.
Yeah, I would do the lava dive before I would do that one, but
did crossproduct not find this other entrance? Or which one was this again?
I forget, but he's gonna take him back to someplace not underwater. So.
ptoil's not sure. I would take the save. I don't know. So I think that.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that...
or take the Meridia path.
Yeah, I think the Meridia path...
Meridia,
yeah, because he's got high jump boots. With those high jump boots, you can.
Yeah, you can go through the sewers. That's not a problem. You can get up to that other entrance again, which again, I keep saying it, eventually we're going to find Green Brinstar. There's 3 doors there. It's only bad if it's Turian on the other side, since he can't get through... I guess he can't get back, is the problem.
Yeah. Wait, crossproduct just went in a big loop.
Yes.
And he could check. Maybe he's gonna check Mama Turtle.
Oh, because Cross doesn't have the Spring Ball. He has to do it like this.
Right.
Only ptoil picked up the spring ball. Okay.
Right, because spring ball was at Kraid, and Cross did not
Mhm.
check that last entrance.
Correct.
Which really, I think entrance knowledge is just so huge in these, and in the end, I mean, that could be the difference in this race. Is ptoil saying, "I want to see what that connects to," and Cross product not, and it's just gonna be a long time before he finds Kraid. Okay, just supers.
Oh, I didn't get to see the one over there.
Yeah,
Various foods not as lethal.
Yeah, not as lethal.
Yeah, it's only one E-tank.
And I still didn't see the item. Just supers. Okay, back to Upper Norfair we go. The shame we didn't find the back door to Lower Norfair. That's just so much better. More because you don't have to do things like Warstream in the game, but with Screw Attack it really just isn't that bad.
Yeah, and this, well, no it doesn't, never mind. I was going to say this guarantees there's no reverse amphitheater, but that's not true, because it might be Turian at the other end, and they have to come back.
Yeah, and I mean, it could connect to... Have we seen any of East Meridia?
We saw one. We saw the back door.
We saw the... Well, technically the front door, but no one... The Forgotten Highway side. It's just no one actually goes that direction. Yeah. And there it is on crossproduct side. Looks like he might go for this.
I think that's fine. I mean, you want to save here in case you don't find anything and you get stuck. Without a way to get back through Phantoon to get back.
Yeah, I think that'd be fair. So, one thing I'll know it because he doesn't have Spring Ball. Spring Ball is really nice for a snail climb. Because if we have to do this, it's a snail climb that we have to do. And you don't need Spring Ball to do a snail climb, but Spring Ball plus high jump boots, you can just sit on that snail and just hold the jump button, and you'll ride them all the way up.
Yeah, you can do some really well-timed like jumps as well. It's a little bit trickier, but still relatively quick. I would imagine Cross knows how to do that and not really lose a lot of time. Just the convenience is gone.
Yep. And we do have P12 finally going to Lower Norfair. Finally somebody going to LN. And we do have just one major. Yeah, it's not a lot.
It's really spread out. This is a really interesting seed. A lot of times you get like a couple clusters, a few areas, then some areas with 0, but really everywhere has had at least one item so far.
Yeah, I think if... Yeah, also a good point. If we're going to have to get... If Cross decides he wants to go all the way to Dragon, he is going to have to do a suitless Crystal Flash Clip, which I'm sure he knows how to do. It's not something you see very often. And it's definitely not in Logic. You would need Ice Beam to put Phantoon tank in Logic.
I tried to learn it from cross-product tutorial on how to do it, so he definitely knows how to do it. Not to say it's the fastest strategy or maybe the best option in a race, but he certainly does know it.
Okay, P12 finds a reserve tank at GT.
I wouldn't have been surprised if we saw Ptoil skip GT and just go straight to Ridley, check the back, and then maybe come across this way if he doesn't find the major. It's only one major. This is a slow GT fight, or
I think this is check the item. I think he checks the item, and if it's nothing, he resets. It's an E-tank. That'd be really nice to keep, but I don't think you do.
Did he save at the top of the elevator?
Yes, he did. But Ptoil says, you know what? I've only got 2 E-tanks. I want this. So I can't blame him.
It's hard to go this way and then reset it, I would say.
Yeah, he is going to have to
he's got charge wave spazer. That's
he just says screw it.
Yeah, that's a long fight.
I mean, the Ridley fight is dangerous without gravity suit, but he's got high jump and he's got screw attack, and those two help a lot. Like I find I have more issues without high jump in the Ridley fight than I do without gravity suit. Mostly if I forget that I don't have high jump when I enter the Ridley fight, If I remember it, I'm usually fine. But if I forget about it, then it's like, oh yeah, no high jump. But by then you've taken like 2 tanks of damage. Yeah, it looks like Crossproduct's gonna go down these sand pits. These are not in logic, but if he goes down the right sand pit, he could. If the Major's here, there is one of these. There's one of these that's really easy to get.
So the left item in the right pit is in logic,
that one's
right? That's super.
I'm actually not sure with these settings.
That one's pretty free to get.
That one, I mean, I would probably just grab that if I were Crossproduct.
I mean, he's probably resetting to save it though.
Oh no, he doesn't have to reset because he just goes through the door on the bottom. They'll take him back up.
Yeah, but this is the right one, so he's got to go across.
Oh, hello, Ice Beam.
There's the Ice Beam. That's...
Yeah.
Too bad he doesn't have Spring Ball.
Yeah, I mean, that's not in logic, but, you know, that is a classic SMC3 location that if you have High Jump and Spring Ball, you can get that item. But sadly, Crossproduct missing out on the Spring Ball. It's sitting over at Crade. And the one entrance he didn't check off of Upper Norfair.
ptoil grabbing these supers, I think, is a good idea. With Ridley coming up, hasn't gotten any better beam. Still missing ice and plasma. Makes it an awkward Ridley fight. I have no idea the numbers for Charge Wave Spazer, but enough to make the supers worth. We had been skipping them for a little bit.
Now, I might scout some of the escape. Just to see if I can get some more items, more good items. Looks like ptoil doesn't want to do that. He could save and then come back.
There's only one item. I don't think it's... I mean, it certainly would be a fine option, but I think with one item, it's... If the Major's behind Ridley, you've saved yourself a lot of time.
Very true. Or if it's at...
and you want to check that entrance anyway, so...
Yeah, and it could be behind Powerbomb's a shame as well.
Yeah, and to your point earlier too, Tracy, he's got high jump and speed and screw attack, so Ridley's not really a threat. 25 supers is almost the number you want.
I mean, he's got 35 regular missiles to supplement. He's got a relatively decent charge beam, and he's got 15 power bombs.
Yeah.
So this is not ideal, but I mean, I wouldn't be worried about going into a fight like this. And Crossproduct doing a good job with this snail climb. There we go. Oh, he just wants to check the entrance. That's interesting.
Yeah, if it's green Brin, that's pretty valuable potentially.
Oh, it's back. Okay.
Well, he saved himself a lava dive.
That is absolutely fascinating. That we end up with both runners in Lower Norfair at the same time, from different. Yeah, you want that cross.
So, this actually is really just lucky for Crossproduct. I mean,
yeah,
he lost a lot of time moving around through Meridia. He got information on the Ice Beam, which is nice, but like, wow, that movement's so slow. ptoil was just checking all these miners. Crossproduct's gonna probably hit the major item before ptoil.
Yeah.
He's gonna fight the boss similar time, and ptoil's gonna go all the way to Meridia and not be able to go through it, really, unless he does the suitless Crystal Flash clip.
Yep.
So he's gonna hit that entrance, then come right back, and Crossproduct doesn't have to.
If ptoil knows the tech, he can get that Ice Beam. ptoil not an SMZ3 player, so might have never gotten, like if it were me, that is like one of the worst items to try and get, but I would just say, you know what, I've got Spring Ball, I've got High Jump, I know how to do this, I'm just gonna go grab that Ice Beam now, and then I could go and consider doing the rest of Meridia, but I don't know if he knows that tech.
I mean, if he gets it, is go mode then? I mean,
it kind of is, yeah. I mean,
it's not a good go mode.
Let's add a few things.
Well, there's a gravity.
There's gravity suit. Never mind.
Fine. We don't care about anything, including Ice Beam, and we're in go mode already.
Wow.
Well, then this is turned around back the other way, and it's no longer super lucky for Cross. ptoil just gets to plow right through Meridia.
Yep. I mean, Crossproduct's gonna get that gravity suit. and he'll be able to go
he just
right
has to
back
double
through Meridia, and he'll be able to do the fight and all that good stuff. But he still needs to find Kraid.
Yeah, this puts ptoil soundly in a really good position.
Really good position. Now we haven't found Turian, so where is Turian?
Or Green Bryn or Croc.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of Green Bryn. We haven't seen Croc. You know what? I guess we haven't seen all the exits out of West Meridia, so there's got to be something out of there. So I'm gonna guess that
and Green
they
Bryn's
have to
gonna
slate
have
to Green Bryn, and Green Bryn will have Croc and Turian. I think that's the only possibility.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Now, cross-product is going to be in a situation where the best play for him, which is going to be the wrong play. The best play for him is going to be to go find West Meridia again and hope that it's Turian and Kraid. And he's going to go there and he's going to find Croc and Kraid through Green Brinstar and have to figure out that one entrance that he skipped is the right answer. But, we said it earlier that, sometimes entries is just more valuable than items. And crossproduct skipping one, he was pretty thorough about checking his entries early, and just for whatever reason, just skipped that one. And
I think just having
missing Kraid.
I think just the specific placements of that Varia suit and knowing where the high jump was, it pulled him. Oh, I got my Varia suit, I'll go get my high jump, and it pulled him exactly away from it, and maybe either. Maybe just realized too late, oh, I should have checked that entrance, or I don't know.
So all the E-tanks in the east part of Lower Norfair just had to shout that out. Thanks, game. And ptoil landing exactly where he wants to be.
Yeah, no reason for him to scout out that ice beam.
I mean, he'd love to have that ice beam, but
that's way too far out of the way to be worth.
Yeah, you're not going after.
That's coming from me. I wouldn't go for that ice beam.
Yeah, we've had lots of conversations about ice beam versus power bomb for Turian. And ptoil just gonna use all his ammo here. It's fine. He's got charge beam, so he doesn't have to worry. Crossproduct is going to open up with a bunch of power bombs. Yeah, his ammo is not quite enough to do it. Ammo by itself is projectile ammo. And maybe doesn't want to do charge shots. So could just do these power bombs, switch to missiles, and then, at some point finish him off with supers. So ptoil is not going to find that one major. He'll probably look at the easy, obviously you run by here and you see the item, and then if it's something unless it's really good, the only thing you would grab there is maybe a plasma beam if you were going to get it before. I guess maybe grapple if you want to do a grapple kill for Dragon. Anything else that's there, you just get on the way out.
Yeah, and we obviously know there's no major there.
Right. I got fooled for a second. It almost looked like, it almost looked like, when you go by that fast, I almost saw plasma beam, but it can't be, because literally, the item is ice beam. We know it's ice beam.
Right. Yeah, it was supers there, which honestly might be not a bad idea to pick up, speed up the Mother Brain fight.
I'd grab that E-tank.
Ptoil will not be going back through Phantoon hallway. I don't think. I think it makes more sense to go up. Because going up leads him to West Meridia, which has an entrance he hasn't seen yet. It could be Turian would like to know that. If nothing else, there's plenty of other connectors in West Meridia that get him where he needs to go, all the way back through Lower Norfair. So the lava dive is pretty slow.
Yeah, 2 years. At least we talked about this earlier. We don't have to worry about reverse amphitheater dive, so that's at least something.
I wish ptoil would have turned off his phaser before Phantoon if he's going to turn it off for Dragon. But we do see a nice X Factor.
Yeah, we did actually, we talked about the X Factors for Phantoon, and then the Spazer just ruined it for us, but we do see ptoil using them here. Basically a pretty standard any percent fight. Also gets himself a spike, so we're gonna check this item and hope it's a major. It's not. Crossproduct's just gonna lead the way he came and go and just be a bit behind through Meridia, but he's more behind just because of that crate.
Yeah, he's just kind of a little bit behind on everything. I mean, he's got a few less missiles, one less super pack, which changes his damage output. He's behind on the crate kill. He's behind in which room he's in specifically on the way through Meridia.
Yep.
No bombs to save tiny bits. Like you saw, you had to wait for that power bomb to blow up coming up the key hunter stairs.
And now it's just off to find Turian for ptoil. Crossproduct decides to grab an extra super here. Another extra super.
Okay, well, no longer disadvantage on the super count.
It's going to be interesting to see... Okay, so what items do we even have left at this point? We haven't seen Grapple, Plasma, or Space Jump. We know there's an item in West Meridia. So I guess the other two are in Green Brinstar, and unless they're one of those two items in Big Pink, they're just sitting out there, probably not going to see them. And, you know, as much as I love Space Jump, I certainly wouldn't be looking for it. I would grab a Plasma Beam if it showed up, though. But I wouldn't look for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say the same thing. Maybe grab Grapple Beam just because.
Yeah, the item here could still be Plasma Beam. But it would be up in the watering hole or in the beach. Which is the wrong direction that we want to go, so... Definitely not worth taking the time to go there. And there's Green Brinstar with its one item.
Yep.
Okay, so there's one other item we missed somewhere that we're not remembering. That's okay.
Croc might have an item?
Yeah, you're right. It's got to be Croc. And we might even... Yeah, it's got to be an item in Croc. And again, we're not going to go looking for it. With the possibility of finding Plasma, I would check... There are two locations I would check, because they're pretty quick. I would check the missile pack that sits there next to Mission Impossible, and I would check the item before charge. And ptoil's not even do the one. You will check the... I mean, you're not going to miss that. Anything else is going to involve door transitions or laying bombs or power bombs.
I think the tube here is about as fast as the upper pink Bren missile, but... If you skip that one, he's
that one.
The tube here in Green Hills.
Yeah, that one wouldn't be too bad either. Interesting he's trying this connector first, because it's a little further away from where he's going. But you know, one of these is Croc and one of these is Turian. We'll see which one this one is. This is Turian. There we go.
I wonder if that's a mental error or just a just a muscle memory thing. This is how you go through that room.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it worked out for him. He saved time by not actually going to Croc. So. Yeah, if the connector off of Norfair had been Croc and this had been combination Crate and Turian, this would be a different race. And we can see Powerbomb Turian in action. Looks like he's gonna have to lay an extra one here. Oh, he's got to lay 2 extra ones. Fortunately, with 15 to start, you have 3 extra, so he's gonna be fine. I think that's the only room where you can realistically, it's the only room where you can miss the Metroids like that and have to, lay a couple extra power bombs.
Right. Crossproduct is not going through Cack Alley. That's kind of interesting.
Oh, maybe gonna grab his ice beam. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it, but
I don't think so either. But he knows this entrance leads to Lower Norfair, and the other Lower Norfair entrance leads to Upper Norfair. And that's kind of a long way to go.
I mean, if he goes that way, maybe he might get back to the crate area. He's gonna have to go back there anyway at some point.
Yeah, it might help him with what he needs, but based on his knowledge, like, crate could be off the green Brinstar like we talked about, and I think it'd be more reasonable just to go through there. Although he could go just up the toilet after Ice Beam, that's not so bad. So maybe he's just taking a detour to grab this to speed up Zebatites and Metroid rooms.
Oh, he does decide to pick up the ice beam.
Yeah, regardless, I think that he would be making the right decision to go up here. Yeah. You got just enough supers to do it.
Also going to point out that I assume, I mean, if you can do the short charge that both these runners did to get the high jump boots, I'm going to assume that the speed zep skip is not going to be a problem for ptoil. But just in case, he's got enough ammo that he can get through just fine. And there we go. Nicely done.
Very nice.
So this is the beam that I call the bad math beam. It does 210 damage and therefore does not divide nicely into the 18,000 health that Mother Brain 2 has. So it ends up being 86 point, I think it's actually 85 point something shots. But he's going to supplement with the 19 supers that or whatever supers he has left after MB1. So he's got just over a third the ammo needed to finish this fight. We'll see if he uses all the ammo first. There's kind of two schools of thought. Looks like ptoil is going with the school of thought that I usually go with, which is I leave 15 supers, and then when Mother Brain starts ketchuping, I know I can just fire those 15 supers and I'll be done. The other school of thought is it's a little easier to predict Mother Brain's movements late in the fight when she's doing the catch-up. So I'm just going to use all my ammo right away and then use my charge beams to finish it off because I know I can predict it better. Okay, and Cross has found green Brinstar, so he's close to Turian, but unfortunately not close to Crate at all. Also, I think ptoil has 2 full reserves here, so he's got a little bit more leeway than it looks like with those.
Yes, that sounds right. Does get the free refill of energy going down the elevator to Turian that Area Rando provides, so you don't have to farm up, and it just saves some tedium based on where this entrance could be to maybe have to farm up.
There's Crocomire with his one item.
Say hello and goodbye.
Really nice in this version of the randomizer where we can just leave Crocomire right away if we find him, we don't want to fight him. Okay, and yeah, ptoil is down to 305, so glad he's got those reserves, but he does have enough without them, so. Crossproduct can get the bad news.
It's nice to point out some of the little things, like little decisions of where to farm or when to farm or if they should farm. Like I noticed Crossproduct kind of going out of his way for a few of these super missiles, thinking that if this is Croc, or sorry, if this is Trade, I'm going to want a couple super missiles to get through to the boss and do the quick kill. It's a really heads-up play. He also saved some time over ptoil's Dragon fight by farming but at the expense of stopping the farm, so that kind of evened out. But it's interesting to see the choice.
Gotten Kraid? This
I think
feels bad.
he might just be thinking about what entrance did I forget. While I'm here, I might as well wait for the statue or something. But I guess it doesn't save time later since it's not. It doesn't trigger in Randomizer once you have all 4 of them. He definitely paused in this this chamber before the elevator as if to think of like, what do I do? What did I miss? Or which path is the right path to get where I need to be.
Of course, not enough E-tanks and a terrible beam combination means we don't do stand-up. In the end, I think ptoil may have skipped 1 E-tank at some point, and we saw the one in the GT area. But yeah, just not a lot of E-tanks in this seed at all. I guess the rest of them must be here in Green Bryn.
there's so many places that still weren't checked with a handful in like West Meridia, all of this Green Bryn. There's a lot of items here.
Yes, it's so weird.
Ship was left untouched. All the top has a decent amount of items.
Yep. I mean, this is a weird seed in that so often, like, you're looking for that green Brinstar area early because it has so many items that you can pick up. But this seed, you know, green Brinstar, you just couldn't get there until super, super late.
That is an impressive short charge. I think that's shorter than the one to get to the high jump.
I'm sure. Yeah, it has to be shorter because it's one screen.
I've only seen a few people get that one. That's impressive. Yeah, this is definitely an interesting matchup, how things were very back and forth for quite a while. Going through the upper Norfair, not finding anything, both runners taking unfortunate deaths, and scouting items, and trying to get back with them, or not in some cases. Just it felt like nobody was really making progress until
absolutely.
that breakthrough of the Varia suit. ptoil was just a little bit quicker to it, hit the crate a little bit earlier. Saved some time on not going through suitless Meridia, I think. Gravity was nice and on path, so none of the suitless was required, which helped ptoil out. But both runners played well, and this it definitely could have been. This is a good matchup for week 1 too. I want to emphasize.
Yeah, this really is. Yeah, it's a really good week 1 matchup.
Tough pull for both runners.
Like if we had seeded this tournament in some sort of order in terms of ability, these two would definitely be in the top half. So. GG's to ptoil, finishing up with an official race time of 1:16:33, and I think Crossproduct's had enough of this seed. He's not going to finish it. He might still be trying to figure out where Crate is. And hopefully we can get our runners in for a quick chat after now that they're done. And looks like they're both going to join us today. And we got Crossproduct in, and ptoil, we're just waiting on you.
I was the first one into the voice channel. I win.
Good job. GG's to you both. I guess we'll start with you, Crossproduct. Did you just... What absolutely destroyed you was that crate entrance that you just missed over in Upper Norfair. Did you...
That's not even true. I lost the race 10 minutes in when I skipped the reserve tank. Were you commentating a different race? What?
You say that.
No,
but both of you had some unfortunate issues in Upper Norfair. The E-tanks were tight in general, so...
there was a lot of bumbling around in general as you were trying to figure out exactly where you needed to go. You know, that first super location was pretty trolly.
Yeah,
and that Varia suit.
Rando does, right? All right, Varia Rando will often gate your progress. Varia Rando will say, This is your first power bomb pack. You're
Yep.
not allowed to have a single power bomb pack until you
Yep.
find this particular power
Yep.
bomb pack. It happened with super missiles in this seed and E-tanks. So what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, and you know that Varia suit was so funny because like it's not in logic to go get that suit with only 2 E-tanks, which is what I guess you had.
It's not. Yeah, well, there was crystal flash ammo, but
Yeah,
it was like just
but
enough.
you could totally
With
get there.
getting this,
Like you
with getting the
totally
super
could get
missiles from
there.
Speed, getting the super missiles from Speed. I mean, you could get there, right? But you can't get out unless you crystal
Yeah, unless it's
flash
Varia
or
suit
find
or an
the.
E-tank.
Yeah. I probably
And,
should have checked it anyway, but that's whatever.
and we also have ptoil,
Hey, GG.
who you just got to that Varia suit just a little bit earlier. You check the connector, and you know that crate location. You know, just.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a few other differences. Cross product going through Meridia without a suit and ptoil.
That was fun.
We were hoping, we were thinking, you know, it's time for a lava dive. Like that felt like the in logic thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like I saw Meridia, and I mean, it was East Meridia. I wasn't sure how much I could do with that without gravity, and I didn't think gravity would be there, so I figured lava dive was probably what was intended next.
Yeah, you could have snail climbed and done. Actually, no, none of it was actually in logic because what you don't know is Ice Beam was hanging out in the right sand pit, right item, and that's not logical in these settings. I mean, it's if you could have gotten it. I mean, there is a springbolt jump you can do to get that, but it's a real pain.
Yeah, that would have been rough.
And then you could, you know, get through to Dragon if you wanted to. Now, of course, there's always suitless crystal flash clip if you have that in your pocket. But all that stuff is really slow.
That you can get to Batoon that way, but then how did you get to Dragon? So it wasn't really worth it.
Yeah,
I thought about it.
can.
I also
it's
thought about
doable,
checking
but,
check.
oof. You don't have space check. How are you doing it?
Yeah, we didn't
Or grapple.
Well,
yeah, no
Beam,
grapple, no spaceship.
actually.
I don't think it's doable without those.
Yeah, and I knew either grapple or actually that's not true. I didn't know anything because I forgot to check the entrance. I spent about 2 hours this morning putting together a little map to keep track of my connectors on GIMP. I just like draw little lines there, and looking at it, for some reason I connected the wave beam Zor to lava dive, and that can't be right because I went into lava dive and it was a heated room and I bailed. I don't even know.
Yeah, that was your crate entrance.
Yeah, ptoil let me know in the race chat after I forfeited. I felt that my like routing decisions were kind of fun, if nothing else. You know, like,
they were definitely fun.
East Meridia is such a bad idea. Snail climbing is such a bad idea, but at least we'll show a little variety in this race.
I like the loop around West Meridia back up to the top so you could go check Mama Turtle. That was neat.
I bet I saved a ton
one.
of time in Lower Norfair. Ptoil, how many items did you check in Lower Norfair? Did you go straight to Ridley and start from there, or did you do GT and all that noise?
I saved at the beginning and I went and checked GT, but after there was nothing good there, I reset and just went straight to Ridley.
Oh, that's smart. That doesn't.
Yeah, it looked like you wanted that. It looked like you wanted that E-tank that was sitting there.
Yeah, but
then
eventually
just gave up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not worth. Because then I'd also have to farm up supers again. And so.
Yeah, totally agree. I think that was a good reset. And then Ridley just had gravity suit. You know, we were thinking,
I was so happy seeing that gravity suit.
We were thinking, Ptoil is gonna have to go through all that suitless from the front side just as much as cross product, because at some point, you know, you're going one way and cross product finds the back entrance and he's going the other way. I'm like, oh hey, we're all in Lower Norfair together, and then and Ptoil is gonna do the same suitless thing, and then all of a sudden you find gravity behind Ridley. I'm like, okay, that's go mode.
Yep. Yeah, it's like I skipped all of the front of Lower Norfair, and that felt good. That was the one moment I felt good during this seed, and I will cherish it and pass it on to my grandchildren. So by the way, when I went to G4, I honestly knew something was wrong, kind of well before I got to Green Brinstar. I was going to Green Brinstar. I thought to myself, okay, Ridley, somewhere in Lower Norfair, there's going to be gravity or grapple beam. It's going to get through the crab doors. And I got gravity soon. I was like, all right, this is great. I can go finish up. And then as I was headed through the ocean door, I thought to myself, there are 3 doors in Green Brinstar. This will lead to one of them. One of them's Kraid, one of them's Crockemeyer, and one of them's G4. something doesn't add up. And then after checking the first door and it was Crockemeyer, I was like, okay, maybe the other door is Crate. I went to the other door and it was G4. And I thought to myself, and you saw me sit there for a minute, and here's what was going through my head at the time. I definitely forgot something. And then I thought, is it possible that I forgot that I already killed Crate? So I just went to G4 anyway. Maybe I killed Crate and forgot. I did 6 practice seeds in the last 2 days. I mean, I killed Crate at some point in this week. Maybe it was this race.
That's hilarious. Oh my, that's
You gotta try something.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
that competitive spirit.
I mean, I already lost at that point. So at least, I don't know. I had fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was really close until the unfortunate Crate skip for you.
Yeah,
you definitely still in it at that point.
If I had stuck to the same route and gone to, like, if I had actually remembered that door, got Crate, and then went lava dive right away, like, it would have been pretty nice. Would have been a tight race. You know, not the route divergence, but I think the fact that we came in different sides of Lower Norfair was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. I did check out a little bit. I was scoping out my competition. I checked out ptoil's VODs, and he's been doing like 17-player multi-Troid 100% runs. So what's up with that, ptoil? That looked pretty fun.
Yeah, this is fun.
That's what 25 items each. Is that how that works?
Yeah, one boss each.
One boss each.
Yeah.
But yeah. Our SG volunteer does want you to know that it's that ship you use is the best one he's ever seen in Super Metroid. So shout out to the Enterprise.
I was just going to patch the ROM, and it takes you to the customizer page when you click on the link, and I was like, oh, there's a USS Enterprise, and it looks like Enterprise D, which is the best one, obviously.
Oh, nice.
Uh-oh. I think I just lost half of my subs, but yeah, it was really cool. What was awkward to me was I think that it actually changes the physics of the ship, but not. It was weird. So it's like, am I gonna get disqualified because my ship is flat at the top? And then I thought, like, at first I thought this actually loses time because you're not running downhill, so you have farther to fall when you get to the end. And then I thought, but you can arm pump the whole way, so it actually gains time. Maybe I'll get disqualified. I don't know.
I pretty much have assumed that the different ship shapes don't actually change where the actual.
I didn't think that it would.
Are.
And we commentated yesterday, and it was.
We've seen some Kirby ships.
Yeah, it's a Kirby ship. Yeah, the Kirby ship looks super cool, and it looks like he's flexing.
Yeah, the Kirby ship is fine. The Kirby sprite is not. Fortunately, the one we called was just the ship, not the sprite.
But anyway, I was checking out ptoil streams, and usually the first thing I'm looking at when I'm looking at VODs of my opponents, I'm like, okay, how are they moving? Are they ledge grabbing? Are they lining up doors? Like, what level are they at? And I'm just like, this guy's movement looks a lot like mine. I think that movement and execution wise, it was a really, really close matchup. It was just kind of like, it was a missed door check into borderline memeing. Going into Meridia, but you know, did he get high jump boots? Who got high jump boots first? That's what I want to know.
ptoil did. He got it before Varia.
Yeah, ptoil did the.
Oh wow!
The quick charge
I thought about doing
Varia.
that too. I was thinking about. Oh man, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, that's a tight enough short charge as it is. To have a timer going on while you're trying to do it is crazy.
Oh, yeah. And somehow at the end there, I also got the short charge in Mother Brain's room. That was really
that was pretty cool too. Yeah, I mean, it was a good matchup. It's just, you know, random seeding will do that. You know, if we were to seed you guys 1 through 82, then I have no doubt you'd be both in that top 41. But you know.
I think that it is a close matchup between me and ptoil. It's just sometimes you get randoed, and sometimes you rando yourself. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. It happens. All right. Anything else either one of you wants to add before we close this out?
Good luck, because your next matchup's theoretically going to be harder than mine. So have a good week too.
All right, that's pretty much going to do it for us. there was another match going on at the same time, but I'm gonna assume that's either over or close to over. But if you can you want to check out SpeedGaming too, you can see if that's still going. Silverlight versus Thornito. Tomorrow we have several matches on the schedule. We have at 11:10 a.m. we have Necerius versus Iron Rusty. At 3:10 we have Balthazar versus Ruya. At 5:10 we have Apathy Duck versus BF Robber. The second on Balthazar versus Ruya on SpeedGaming 4, Apathy Duck and BF Robber on SpeedGaming 3, and at 10:10 we have another really good matchup between two really good players, kind of a rando versus a movement matchup. We have Owl versus Guy Average. That'll be over on SpeedGaming 4. So lots of stuff going on this weekend for you all to check out. Lots of Super Metroid coming up because 7 weeks of Swiss, 41 matches a week. Not all, we can't restream all of them, but we restream as many as we can. It should be a lot of fun. But yeah, if you're not already following these runners, I want to thank them, and please, click that link that I'm going to put in chat and give them a follow. I'd like to thank them. I'd also like to thank Ace for joining me on commentary. It's always fun, especially when we get the team back together with cross-product playing. And also huge shout-outs to Dasser, our tracker. We haven't shouted him out yet, but Tracker's always the MVPs of our tournaments. Huge shout-outs to him. And Ace, you want to close us out?
Sure. Just gonna mirror what Tracy said. It's a lot of fun. Good luck to the runners, and thanks everybody for watching. Have a great evening.